Oh, I wanna dance with some penis. I wanna feel the heat with some penis. Yeah, I wanna dance with some penis. With some penis inside me. That's this week's edition of shit that's been stuck in my head all week long. Makes me wish I was dead, but sadly I continue to exist in spite of myself. Hi! Welcome to the show. Speaking of show, I had an amazing idea. I couldn't sleep last night. It's amazing! I'm so awake right now! I couldn't sleep last night, so I stayed. Well, I didn't stay up. I was just in bed, and instead of sleeping or trying to sleep, I was coming up with a new game show, a new televised game show. See, over here in little grey old England, smelly old bum old England, over in America, the thing comedians do is go on late night talk shows. And they talk and they do a bit of stand-up and they promote whatever the shit they got going on. They go on radio shows and stuff, but like the main televised thing that like comedians do outside of their own sort of stand-up and whatnot is these late night shows and whatnot. But over here we have panel/game shows, things like QI and the one where the comedians do Countdown and Taskmaster and a whole bunch of other shit where the comedians come on and they do all the funny thing, and then it's very rare that the comedians will then say, oh, by the way, I'm touring, I'm here and here, go buy tickets. But I assume there's some level of like, oh, this comedian was really funny, I'll Google them. And then this is, the audience watching the shows. The audience says, oh, they were really funny. I'll Google them to see when and where they're going to be. And then they get extra sales and shit, I guess. I mean, I have to assume being on television is going to do good things for your stand-up career or whatever. So that's the fucking whatever. But I came up with a show idea. It would be called UK Stars and Celebrities. What can they draw? Can they draw things? Let's find out. The title might have to be adjusted because it's quite similar to the title of that show in BoJack Horseman. The Hollywood Stars and Celebrities. What do they know? Do they know things? Let's television show. The alternate title that I have in mind is just called Draw! Like big, massive capital letters with a huge exclamation mark. It's just called Draw! And you could even have it like be somewhat Western themed. Pew pew! Ooh ooh! Wah wah wah! Ooh ooh! Wah wah! Etc. Because it's called Draw. The basis of it is, like, the show would open up with me being the host, obviously. The enigmatic, charismatic Ewan, the relatively unknown Ewan, suddenly out of nowhere hosting this television show. Because it's his show, so it's only right that he be the one to host. I'd open up saying, hello, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm sure you all know the game Pictionary. This is like that. And that would be the intro to the show. It's like Pictionary, but we've got UK stars and celebrities, all comedians, all kinds of funny people. Can they draw things? What can they draw? Let's find out. And there's just lots of like art/drawing based challenges. I just thought it'd be really cool to have like just an art themed game show sort of thing. The whole it's all, and there are people out there, comedians and entertainers that do and or can draw or are creative in other ways than just telling jokes, which are sometimes funny. I'm not a big fan of UK comedy in general, but sometimes they're good. And then, you know, some of them would be horrifically unartistic, and that would be funny to see them trying to draw shit. And there's all kinds of fun games and like segments and events you could have in the show. What's that? You need me to tell you some of them? You need to hear what some of these brilliant games in the game show are? Well, luckily enough, you've got the host of the show here to tell you all about it. There'd be a good one called I don't have a name for it, but basically you lock the contestant, the comedian, the entertainer, whatever, in a big glass chamber, like a big glass box, and you fill it with rats, and there's an easel and like art materials in there, and they have to paint a self-portrait, and the thing's full of rats, and they've got to paint a portrait while being eaten alive by rats. Not eaten alive, it would just be funny to have them be in there, because, you know, some people might be completely okay with the rats, some might very well not be. Hopefully that would be where the entertainment comes in, people really not being okay with being surrounded by hundreds of rats. There'd be another one. Oh, then at some point in the show, you know, because we'd have segments in between the individual games where I'm talking to the comedians. I'm saying, "Oh, hey, guy." I can't think of any comedians now. Hey, Lee Mack. He's common on the game shows. Hey, do you draw? Are you a drawer? Do you draw much? Are you artistically inclined? Lee Mack off of the telly. And then he'd say no, and I'd say, "Oh, well, it's a good job, got you on this show." And then during one of those bits, I'd yell out, and there'd be like klaxons and sirens, and like a big thing come up on the screen behind me, and it would just say, "Draw a skull!" And everyone would have to quickly pull out a pad of paper under the desk that they're sat at, because they'd all be like sat behind a desk like a game show. And then they'd all have to draw a skull really quick, and then we'd all judge them on how good and or bad their drawings of a skull were. There'd be another one. There'd be reverse life drawing, where the contestant has to stand in a circle, and the circle is made up of a bunch of old naked people. The contestant's fully clothed, because it would probably be weird to try to, I don't know what the legal thing would be with getting contestants naked. So the contestant would be fully clothed, and then you have a ring of people around them, naked old people with easels, all drawing the clothed contestant, and then the clothed contestant has to be like interviewed or whatever while having 10 weird old naked people stare at them and drawing them. It'd be a brilliant show. It'd be so funny. That's pretty much, I mean, that's most of the ideas I've got so far. But you could have like, it's anatomy class time, and then everyone has to figure out anatomy and draw we'd have watercolor trial, and it would be funny because you'd have the graphic come up on the screen, and it would say like, it would start writing it out, like an animation of the words writing themselves. Watercolor, and then it would like stop, and then quickly write trial over the CH, because watercolor challenge is a thing. That's a show that exists or existed or whatever. So we can't just call it that, because it's, you know, it's the worst sort of thing. You're stealing the shit there. And then so it's like watercolor trial, and then they will have to do a watercolor. Have they painted with watercolors before? Can they watercolor paint? I don't know. Let's find out. And it would be a really, really good show. I'll have artists on, experts to judge. I get in like art experts to come in and judge them based on their performance and their whatever. I don't know. It'd be funny, wouldn't it? All drawing, and I'd be commentating like it's sport the whole time. Be like, he's gone in with he started with the black he started with the outlines on his water. What an idiot! You don't start with the heavy outline on a watercolour painting. What are you, stupid? Oh, you moron, you're going to lose, you fat idiot. Oh, you should not have a career in entertainment at all if you can't even do a simple watercolour drawing, painting, you fucking turd. And it would be a really funny show, and I'll get really popular. It would get really popular. I'll, you know, people would not know who I am, and I'd be like, why did they get a homeless guy to host this weird show about drawing? Who wants to watch a show about drawing? People will watch a show about fucking baking. It's one of the most popular shows of all time. Great British Wank Off, but with cake. See what I did there? I called it the Wank Off instead of the Bake Off. So what make people like art? I could have a whole thing about like, you all know who Banksy is, right? Oh, everyone loves a Banksy. Now everyone do some spray paint. I don't know. It's just ideas. I'm just floating ideas out there, yeah. I'm an ideas man. I just come up with all these ideas, all these plans. Yeah, that's like I said. That's couldn't sleep. Came up with a TV show. It's really good. I'll have to try to pitch it somewhere. But hey, as of recording, let me look at my stats, my statistics. That's funny, isn't it? As of recording, I've got 9.88 thousand subscribers on YouTube. It's very likely. I'm recording this on Tuesday, the 8th of October. October. That was very posh. I went into that mode, apparently. It's entirely likely that by the end of the week, or earlier than the end of the week, even in the next couple of days, that will jump up to 10,000. I'll have 10,000 YouTube subscribers, which, again, grand scheme of YouTube numbers, 10,000 is nothing. But as a smaller creator, 10,000, like anything, even on Instagram, when you first hit that 10k, and it goes from saying like, 9,571 to when you get the K, when it says 10k, that's like a thing. It's a big deal, for a creator to have 10,000, and that's a lot of people to have subscribing to your channel, to have 10,000 subscribers, especially when you consider who I bloody am and what I bloody do, which is nobody and nothing. To have 10,000 people subscribing to my channel of just me sitting here going, oh, penis and cunt, that's funny, isn't it? What if I got a bunch of comedians in and I just called them all cunts? I laughed at them because they couldn't draw, because they haven't spent their entire lives doing what I do, because I'm lonely and have nothing else going on. And then I call them all cunts. Wouldn't that be funny? To have 10,000 people subscribe to that, that's something, that is. It's not nothing. That's something. I'm going to I might record one tomorrow or something. Like, I'll record a hey, thanks for 10,000 subscribers video, where I can just sort of say thank you to everyone who's subscribed, let the newcomers know that they can give me money if they so choose. And just say, thanks for being cool, and that's what's up, and moving forward, my plans going forward, which essentially are nothing. I have no plans to like change my content now that I've got 10,000 subscribers, but it's just, it's worth mentioning, isn't it? It's a milestone in any creator's sort of time spent creating. The 10k it's a fucking big deal, and that's been in the last couple of months. It's sort of shot up from, I don't know, 6k. It's gone up a whole bunch in a very short space of time. I'm just looking at my YouTube Studio. Give me my statistics, you fucking bastard. Fucking cunt wallet, you big piece. It's taken forever to load. I apologise. I don't apologise much, but I apologise a little bit. Right, current followers, subscribers, 9,887. 1,868 in the last 28 days. So in the last month, I've got almost 2,000 subscribers, which for me is huge. Like, my channel has grown so slowly because of who I am and what I do. Because I don't do anything people actually want to watch, typically. I don't make cool art videos, challenge videos. I don't clickbait my shit. I don't talk about anything people are interested in, video games, films, TV shows. I'll mention Fallout or something, but outside of that, it's like, oh, Fallout, that's funny, isn't it? Outside of that, it's just nothing. So the fact that there's that many people subscribing to watch me sit and draw and talk about drawing and sitting drawing, it's quite remarkable, and it makes me feel good on my insides. It genuinely does. It gives me a little bit like, you know, Instagram gets a little bit, especially lately, because Instagram's whatever the fuck Instagram is at the moment. And it can be easy to sort of lose hope in terms of, you know, forging an art career or whatever. But then to suddenly have my YouTube shoot up in numbers, it's meaningful. It makes me feel good, and I'm very, very thankful to everyone who's subscribed. It means a lot to me. What the fuck else was I gonna say? I was gonna say some other shit, but I don't know what. Numbers, bow bumpers. Oh, that's right. Yeah, my cross hatching tutorial video. I think it's at 23,000 views currently, which, again, for me, that's a lot of fucking views. For you know, I think any time a video gets more views than you have subscribers, that's a lot. Like, if I have, you know, 8,000 subscribers and a video gets 10,000 views, like, that's more people than are subscribed to me watching my video, which means it's obviously getting out there in the algorithm or whatever, and random people are watching it. But yeah, for a video like a cross-hatching tutorial video, which I was a bit about, to get over 20,000 views, that's a lot. My Jamie Hewlett video, because it's Jamie Hewlett and it has a picture of Noodle from the Gorillaz in the thumbnail, has, I think, almost 50,000 views. Ashley Wood video is pretty high up there. A David Cho video has quite a lot of views. And then, I'm not looking at this. This is all from, like, out of my memory, if you can call it that. I think there's a list somewhere of my top videos. I don't know. But yeah, so those are all, like, videos about other people tend to get the most views. My latest sketchbook tour video was about 17 or 18,000 views, which, again, that's a lot. People like sketchbook tours. So for a cross-hatching tutorial video, which is just me sitting and going, oh, this is how you fucking draw a tit, over 20,000 views, that's something. That's quite a lot. Obviously, that, I assume, that has brought in a lot more subscribers, which is great. Then my follow-up video of drawing Kate Winslet's tits got age restricted pretty early on, which means it doesn't get shown to anyone under the age of 18, which it makes sense. I mean, I figured they'd take it down, but they didn't, so that's something at least. I guess I can be happy for that. So that's not doing quite such big numbers. Now, of course, part of me thinks, well, I should just do loads of cross-hatching tutorial videos. I'm not going to. I have one or two more planned. One I might be able to work into like an Inktober sort of thing. That would just be a sort of fun video that I'd want to do anyway, but I can sort of make it a cross-hatching tutorial video maybe. I don't expect it to do the same numbers as my previous one, because you never can, really. Just because one video has done particularly well, there's no way... Well, there's some ways, but really there's no real way to gauge how well another one will do. Breakfast was ready. "I will go and wake the boys," Mrs. Lambchop said to her husband, George Lambchop. Just then, their younger son, Arthur, called from the bedroom he shared with his brother Stanley. "Hey, come and look! Hey!" Mr. and Mrs. Lambchop were both very much in favour of politeness and careful speech. "Hay is for horses, Arthur, not people," Mrs. Lambchop said as they entered the bedroom. "Try to remember that." "What? Excuse me," Arthur said. "But fucking look!" He pointed to Stanley's bed. Across it lay the enormous bulletin board that Mr. Lambchop had given the boys a Christmas ago, so they could pin up pictures and messages and maps. It had fallen during the night on top of Stanley. Brilliant. "Oh, politeness, politeness, be polite, but don't worry about properly fixing heavy bulletin boards to the walls so they fall and crush your son in the middle of the night." But Stanley was not hurt. In fact, he would still have been sleeping if he had not been woken by his brother's shout. "What's going on here?" he called out cheerfully from beneath the enormous board. Mr. and Mrs. Lambchop hurried to lift it from the bed. "Heavens!" said Mrs. Lambchop. "Gosh!" said Arthur. "Stanley's flat as a pancake," said Mr. Lambchop. "Darndest thing I've ever seen." "Let's all have breakfast," Mrs. Lambchop said. "Then Stanley and I will go and see Dr. Dan and hear what he has to say." "Yeah, no hurry. Just this giant fucking slat of wood has fallen and squashed your son as flat as a pancake. Oh, no hurry, we'll eat breakfast. I've made breakfast, so it would be a shame to let it go cold or whatever. Although it looks like it's just cereal, so I guess you don't want the cereal to go soggy. So yeah, we'll eat breakfast and then we'll go to the doctor. Not even the hospital, not A&E, not to the emergency room, just the doctor. We'll sort it out. The examination was almost over. "How do you feel?" Dr. Dan asked. "Does it hurt very much?" "I felt sort of tickly for a while after I got up," Stanley Lambchop said, "but I feel fine now." "Well, that's mostly how it is with these cases," said Dr. Dan. "With these cases?" "With cases of children being flattened, but still alive in a flattened state." "What the fuck are you talking? What cases? Cases of the ineptitude of parents and their ball-ass worthless not properly being able to use power tools to affix things to walls properly. Jesus. We'll just have to keep an eye on this young fellow," he said when he had finished the examination. "Sometimes we doctors, despite all our years of training and experience, can only marvel at how little we really know." Wow. Someone should have their licence revoked. Jesus. Mrs. Lambchop said she thought that Stanley's clothes would have to be altered by the tailor now, so Dr. Dan told his nurse to take Stanley's measurements. Mrs. Lambchop wrote them down. Stanley was 4 feet tall, about a foot wide. That's very thin. And half an inch thick, just like my being flat. When Stanley got used to being flat, he enjoyed it. He could go in and out of rooms even when the door was closed, just by lying down and sliding through the crack at the bottom. Wow, just like that. Whoa. Mr. and Mrs. Lambchop said it was silly, but they were quite proud of him. Arthur got jealous and tried to slide under the door. He just banged his head. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. Fuck you, Stanley. Anyway, I've got the latest Incredible Hulk issue of The Incredible Hulk. It's The Incredible Hulk, The Incredible Hulk, it's The Incredible fucking Hulk. Ah-cha-cha. This one, actually with art by Nick Klein, which I was happy to see. The last couple, I think, have not had art by Nick Klein, and I have thus decided against picking them up, purchasing them and looking through them going, ooh, isn't that cool? Oh, an advert for some Spider Boy, another Spider. Oh, Spider Girl, Spider. I didn't read the. Anyway. Oh, look, art by Nick Klein. Oh, there's a wolf and it's bitten this girl's head. Oh, I thought it bit her head off, but it's still there. She's just demonically possessed by the wolf chair. So there's a couple of girls on top of a... You could just see them on top of the pyramid in Las Vegas. And they're about to jump, I guess. But then this guy's like, hey, don't do that. Come with me, a stranger. Oh, okay then. Sit in this clearly suspicious, evil-looking chair. Okay then. Oh no, it bit your head. How unfortunate for you. 30 days later. Oh no, the zombies infected with rage are coming to get us. Oh no, that's 28 days. Oh look, Hulk's stomping through the town, through the Las Vegas strip, and then record. Oh, it's just like now. It's just like the current day. Everyone's recording it on their phones, just like in real life. And then he flies away. I know he's jumping, but it really does look like he's just flying away off to the pyramid. Like he's just gone... that's funny. That makes me laugh. Boom! In the really, really fun video game, The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, that was on the PS2 and I think original Xbox, it had great impact. Like when you jumped, the ground went... because of the force used to like fling yourself that far. And then when you landed, the ground, like you could land at different hardnesses, and you could land by just falling, but then you could like jump downwards, like force yourself down into the ground, and you can make like craters-ish, would just make the ground go when there's big cracks in the ground and rubble would fly up, and like if you land by a car, the car goes. It's really, really fun. I miss that game. I bought a copy of it recently for the original Xbox because it said it was backwards compatible with my old Xbox 360, but it didn't work. I do have my old PS2 on my closet, so I might be able to pick up. Anyway, oh, hand inked, hand coloured page. Feels a little bit of a waste because, like, I mean, this is obviously some kind of upside down otherworld vision or something. So you give that the extra feeling of otherworldliness by having the hand painted colour as opposed to the digitally added colour, which is fine and all, but when it's just this one page, 4 panels, some of which still looks digitally added, it's a little bit, not a waste, but a bit of a meh. And that's, I think the art in this issue in general is a little bit, there's just not much going on. There's a lot of like, the Hulk lands and then talks to a guy and then walks, and then he's walking here and there's just a bunch of people. There's not a lot going on. There are a couple of nice bits like this, some big fucking monsters hanging up. Seeing Nick Klein draw like spooky stuff is really, really cool. Seeing him draw muscles and that kind of shit is cool. He does that well. But it's when I think Nick Klein really excels at drawing like, excuse me, weird spooky shit. So these weird monsters and demons all chained up in this cave, and this woman in a business suit doing something. She doesn't look proper, does she? She looks like a bit of a wrong-un. The Hulk tries to smash her, but nothing happens. She's fine, she's clean, she's good. But then you think this stippling mortal form is all I am? This flesh is but a garment. Oh no, her arms are gone weird. Oh, it's good angle, good arms. The smoke coming off of the arms is really, really nicely done, as well as the sort of like that's a good panel. These Hulk panels are pretty cool. Good body movements. I like this like arc of him going. That's a good shouty mouth, a good shouty Hulk mouth as well. And this is a really good little bit of storytelling. So Hulk obviously, you know, goes to attack this woman, boom, pounds into the ground, and then his mouth is like, and then his eyes are like, like the worry in his eyes, like the surprised worry is really, really well drawn there. And she's just like, with her hands in her pockets, like, yeah, whatever. Like I even give. And then another advert. That doesn't spoil the flow of the comic at all. Brilliant. Thanks, Marvel. You're so good at that. See my true form, little thing. Some giant fucking celestial eldritch god or something. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant drawing. The scale as well is fantastic. Little Hulk, little baby Hulk there, and then this giant fucking the halo spike thing, the horns, multiple arms of different types and sizes, the rib cage slightly open with the guts and the boobs, and the inking on the arms is fantastic. The lighting's great. The wings look really, really cool. Really like chunky and gnarly. Wings can be pretty difficult to draw in any respect, but to like have them fit into the thing in that way, and the colouring as well. So the sort of darker purples on this side, and then you can see the one behind slightly more lit by whatever light is going on. Which again helps to differentiate it, to contrast. The blue sort of like negative underlighting or whatever, and the harsh lighting on the edge here, the rim lighting from this blast of light. It's really, really cool. Yeah, we like that. That's a good drawing. Good ghouls eating shit. Hulk getting fucking impaled like a big green bitch. Sha-sha! Oh, she's done like a liquid metal. Fucking Terminator 2. Whatever that guy's name is. He's got a T168240 or something. I forget the guy's name, but you know, that guy, the liquid metal, the police guy with he's like blade hands, like Baraka from the President of the United States, and also Mortal Kombat. Oh my god! Bruce Banner's all like, oh fuck no! She picked him up. She almost did him cliffhanger style. Do you remember that cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone, and that guy picks up the guy and fucking impales him on a stalactite. I think stalactites are the ones that hang down, but this is a stalagmite coming up inside Hulk, as you do. But he gets himself off. He's bleeding green bleed blood. I have him, mother. Soon you'll be free, and this world set to rights. She's got the Hulk chained up. Oh my god. Next issue. So it's cool. There's storytelling, and there's some cool parts, some cool drawings to the issue. Overall, it's more Nick Klein Hulk. It doesn't. I think the last Nick Klein Hulk I had, there was like loads of really insane environment drawings, and maybe that's why he didn't do art for like another issue or so. Because he spent all of his time drawing those goddamn ridiculously detailed, badass looking environments. Which is totally fair and fine enough. And just dandy. But yeah, they were fucking... One does not suppose one needs to explicitly say what one is painting today. I believe you can see, but then it's one of those things where, like, sure, if you've played Fallout 4, you know instantly, like, yeah, it's fucking, I see what it is, yeah. But there's every chance a lot of people haven't played Fallout 4, and if that's the case, then you might be thinking, Ewan, what the fuck are you doing? You cunt, what are you fucking doing? You're wasting my fucking time, you cunt. And that's perfectly weird. It's Jangles the Moon Monkey. I love Jangles the Moon Monkey. Anytime I see a Jangles the Moon Monkey in Fallout 4, I pick him up just because I like Jangles the Moon Monkey. I like his name. I like his outfit. I like his being. I like what he is, what he represents, who he am, and what he do. Wait, I swear. Oh, yeah, I had a spoonerism for Jangles the Moon Monkey. Mangles the June Junkie. pretty funny. It's not hilarious, but it's, you know, it's pretty funny. It's not that funny, but it's, you know, it's a bit funny. All blending some browns and some blues, trying to get the glow of this Nuka-Cola Quantum. I also I don't know if I intended it to be this, but this is two things that I will pick up any and every time I see them in Fallout 4, or other Fallout games if they happen to have them. Nuka-Cola Quantum and Jangles the Moon Monkey will fill up my inventory faster than you can say Nuka-Cola Quantum and Jangles the Moon Monkey. I like them. I don't know what it is about Nuka-Cola Quantum, but maybe I'm part moth. Maybe I've got moth DNA, and I see a glowing thing, and I just go, ooh, look at the glowy thing. I must get it. Must get the glowy thing. And then I try to get all the glowy thing. In Fallout 3, basically any and every time I play Fallout 3, the first thing I do is gather the schematics needed to make the things, and also all the materials necessary to make them. Bottle cap mines and Nuka-Cola grenades, or Nuka grenades, or whatever. And the main ingredient of which is Nuka-Cola Quantum, which means go everywhere and get all the Nuka-Cola Quantum I can find. And that's how I play video games. That's how boring me plays video games, like a boring son of a shit. Although it's not, you know, you need a goal, don't you? You need a thing to do, an aim. Can't be aimless in these lean economic times in Fallout 4 and 3. There's just something about just the glowiness of, and maybe that's me falling for some kind of like advertising or whatever. They've got me. They succeeded. They drew me in with their glowing blue object and made me go, ooh, give me that. And then they give me that, and I go, oh, I need more. And Jangles the Moon Monkey, he's just a fun little guy, isn't he? He's just a fun, neat little guy. He's just hanging out, and he's being all monkey and fun. I like him. He's fun. I like him because he's fun, and I like him because he's fun. I'd had this drawing in my sketchbook for, I don't know, ages, approximately, and had intended to paint it sooner or later. And I just felt like this is the time to do it, for no real reason. I just, you know, fucking, why not, eh? Why bloody not? Why not just paint the fucking monkey already? I'm gonna try to do like lighting effect. I don't quite have the exact kind of blue I really ideally would have to make the glow be properly effective. It should be a little bit sort of like glowier. Like, do I still have the tube? No, I think I threw it out. But I had this bright blue paint that I used to use. I used it throughout all of like Zach Ridley and stuff. Anything, whenever there was like a hologram, I'd used this bright blue paint, and it mixed really well. It looked good, but it ran out, and I couldn't find any more. But that was perfect for like, it would have been perfect for something like Nuka-Cola Quantum. But instead, I'm using these sort of like duller blues, which they're all right, but it just doesn't, it's not quite the same. It's just not the same. Try and get some like glow on old Jangles. I love Jangles. I mean, I really actually, I've looked for the Nuka-Cola. I don't know if this is going to fucking ruin. Yeah, it might fucking ruin it. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well. I was seeing, I googled and to see if it was available, and there are things that exist, which are Nuka-Cola quantum lamps that people have made that you can buy, which is just a Nuka-Cola quantum bottle that has obviously, I guess, LEDs or whatever, and it glows like a Nuka-Cola quantum bottle, which is it's pretty fucking cool. I like that, and I'd like to have one of those. And also, I'd like to have a Jangles the Moon Monkey, because that'd be cool too. To have a little, you know, like a stuffed thing with like a hard helmet and like hard hands, or they could make it really, really cool. They probably exist. I haven't really looked them up, but that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be funny if a woman had a wouldn't it be funny? I should probably start using a thinner brush, because this big flat boy is going to start fucking up my shit. It will look better in a minute. Give me a sec. Give it time. It's all in good time. All in good time. I do need to make the bottle more glowier though. I don't know how successful I'm going to be in that. Oh, look at it glow. I'm sort of making a weird, unsure face as I say that. Don't know if it's quite the glow I was hoping for, but yeah. Fucking whatevs. Spread this glow out a bit more. And I like painting like this because, you know, painting so strictly and I can't think of the words. Specifically, like most of my paintings are very strict and specific, with every sort of line and brush stroke has to be a certain way, and whereas this is more like almost like just a sketch, a painted sketch, really. And I like that. All sloppy, brush strokes are all visible, not trying to hide anything. It's all just a fun, I mean, because the actual image is just doesn't matter, it's just a dumb little thing I'm doing for fun. And that's arguably that's what art should be, shouldn't it? It should just be some fun. You want to paint a funny monkey with a bottle of glowing shit? Fucking do that. Do that shit. Paint that shit. Be that shit. And I could, you know, lose my brush and not know what the fuck I'm doing. I could take my time. I could make it neater and properer, but who the fuck can be arsed? It's just a silly little painting of a monkey. What are we doing? What are we looking for? What are we trying to be here? Let's just hang out and draw some silly monkeys. That's us, innit? We're all just a bunch of silly monkeys. Ugh. I was thinking, you know, being that I'm clearly growing quickly in popularity on YouTube, I should do what the really cool YouTubers do, and like have like a name for my audience, like the like, I can't think of any examples, but you know, some YouTubers do that. They go like, "Hey gang," and they have like a name for their audience gang. They're like, "We're the Snoošnams, the Big Pooh Snoošnams, and we're hanging out doing all the shit we do." Oh, buddy. I thought, oh, what if I did that for my viewers or my audience? If I had like a cool name give to my audience. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? Obviously, that's not actually a thing I'm going to do, because that shit annoys the fuck out of me so much. I was trying to watch a video about Starfield, because Starfield apparently has just gone down in terms of how good it is, or how much people actually like it. Which, you know, whatever. First 3 minutes of the video was boring, stupid, pointless intro. I'm going to be talking about Starfield, about this, about Starfield, and about that. How about you just talk about it instead of telling us what you're going to be talking? And then the next 2 minutes, oh no, within the intro, sorry, still on the intro, there was also the typical, oh, don't forget to like the video because that puts us up in the algorithm. It helps us boost. Don't forget to subscribe because that helps the numbers, and then we could do more of the thing. Make sure you follow, subscribe to also sign up for this, and don't put. And then the next 2 minutes was a fucking ad read. 5 minutes. The first not even exaggerating. The first 5 minutes of the video, of like a half-hour video, was intro and ad read. What the fuck are you doing? Having the first 5 minutes of your video be goddamn introduction and ad read. And then he got into... I didn't even really care about most of the video, about what he had to say about Starfield. I was just like, there's a couple of points I was wondering about, and he got to those eventually, and I was like, oh, okay, well, from here on I don't really give a shit. It's fucking... I fully intended to not sit here complaining about YouTubers. I feel like I've done enough of that. But yeah, it really bugs me when they have like stupid names for their audiences. I think it's just fucking... I mean, do what you do, and if it's part of the fun thing you do, and you like it, and the audience likes it, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just... I just think it's fucking stupid. How about you talk to them like they're people? Like they're just people who watch the videos you make. Trying to make out like they're some crazy bunch of people. Oh, they're so crazy over here. Oh. They're just human beings. Treat them like people. Says me. Let's thing the thing. Almost there with this one. It's been a fun little paint. I've actually enjoyed painting this. It's not been like not been stressed about. I've not been trying to be, like I say, too strict and too specific about all the bits. The glow kind of works. It's not the best painting I've ever done. It's not my favourite painting I've ever done, but it's a funny little painting of a funny little monkey and a glowy bottle of fucking glow shit. Nuka-Cola Quantum. Get it in your ass. I don't know if... See, I might have fucked myself. I was trying to do like a glare on the glass of his helmet, but I think I just fucked it and made it look stupid. That's one of those things where it's like, oh, I could actually practice that. I could put in some kind of effort in research and practice, like look up fucking helmet reflections and light reflecting off of helmets and stuff, and see how maybe it should look, instead of just assuming it probably looks something like this, maybe, and then fuck it up and have it just look stupid. I could actually put in the effort. What a novel idea. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. But maybe. I like Jangle's face. I think it's just the same as like the monkey with the cymbals that bashes the cymbals together, which is also in Fallout 4. I think it's the same monkey design, but in space, in a space suit at least. And I do like the crazy eyesness of it all. It's very funny to me. I like monkeys. Can't go wrong with monkeys. That's always been on my list of like, if I ever make it like big in terms of videos and shit as a YouTuber, if I start making gangster money on YouTube or whatever, I'll know I've hit like the big time when I can afford to have a video with a monkey in it, with like a legit like monkey. Like if I can, I figure the best way to do it is to give like a donation to a zoo. I don't like zoos because of moral issues, I guess, but to some kind of sanctuary, a monkey sanctuary. If I say like, oh, is it a donation, a bunch of money, and in return, because I can't just do it, you know, out of the kindness of my heart, in return I'd like to record a video of me playing with a monkey, and that would the whole video would basically just be that. It would be me going, look, it's a fucking monkey. I could turn it into an art thing. I could try and draw a picture of the monkey while the monkey's on my desk or whatever. I don't know if I'd be allowed to have it in my home. I'm sure there's rules and shit involved with how and where and when I can actually interact with a monkey. But that's like, I don't really have goals as a creator necessarily. If anything, it's just to, hopefully keep doing what I do, keep making shit and art, comics, whatever, and hopefully be able to keep doing that. But if I think about it, if I'm going to set a goal of like, where do I want my channel to go? What do I want to be able to do with my channel? I want a monkey. I want to be able to play with a monkey. Say, here's some money. Give me a fucking monkey. And I don't know the rules of that kind of thing. I don't know if they'd say, no, that's stupid. It might have to be like an insane sum of money that they can't turn down, because it's just that much money that they have to just go, okay, what do you want? And then I say, a monkey. I need a monkey. And it's not like I'm trying to have a monkey. I just want access to a monkey for a couple of hours, just a couple of hours of monkey time. Just a couple of hours of monkey time. That's all I want. That would be a good title for the video, wouldn't it? Just a couple of hours of monkey time. And people will look at the video runtime and be like, it's not a couple of hours. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just killing time while I paint a monkey. Hoo! That should be, like on Patreon, you can have goals. I think my main goal is still what it's been for the most time I've had my Patreon, which is just to be able to pay my rent with Patreon money, which, maybe someday. But I could set a goal of monkey money. Please subscribe to my Patreon so that I can one day have monkey money. I don't know how to outline this because I don't want to give it like a harsh outline, because it might take away from its glowedness. I don't know if it looks shit now. I don't know what I've done. What have I done? It needs something. It needs white. Oh, I've gone all quiet and careful and serious now. This is the quiet, careful, serious part of the piece. Yeah, monkey, funny monkey. I'd love to have a funny monkey. If there's anything to take away from this episode, it's funny. Monkeys are funny. I'd love a funny monkey. Ha ha, monkey. Funny monkey.